The life and sad ending of Flip Wilson. Claro Flip Wilson Jr. was born December 8, 1933 in Jersey City, New Jersey. He was one of 10 children born to Cornelia Bullock and Claro Wilson Sr. His father worked as a handyman, but because of the Great Depression was often out of work. When Wilson was 7 years old, his mother abandoned the family. His father was unable to care for the children alone and placed many of them in foster homes. After bouncing from foster homes to reform school, 16-year-old Wilson lied about his age and joined the United States Air Force. His outgoing personality and funny stories made him popular. He was even asked to tour military bases to cheer up other servicemen. Claiming that he was always flipped out, Wilson's barracks mates gave him the nickname Flip, which he used as his stage name. Discharged from the Air Force in 1954, Wilson started working as a bellhop in San Francisco's Manor Plaza Hotel. At the Plaza's nightclub, Wilson found extra work playing a drunken patron in between regularly scheduled acts. His inebriated character proved popular, and Wilson began performing it in clubs throughout California. At first, Wilson would simply ad-lib on stage, but eventually he added written material and his act became more sophisticated. In the late 1950s and early 60s, Wilson toured regularly through nightclubs with a black clientele in the so-called Chitlin circuit. During the 1960s, Wilson became a regular at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. An unexpected break came in 1965 when comedian Redd Foxx was a guest on The Tonight Show, and host Johnny Carson asked him who the funniest comedian at the time was. Fox answered, Flip Wilson. Carson then booked Wilson to appear on The Tonight Show, and Wilson became a favorite guest on that show, as well as The Ed Sullivan Show. Wilson later singled out Sullivan as providing his biggest career boost. Wilson made guest appearances on numerous TV comedy and variety shows, such as Here's Lucy, Laugh-In, The Dean Martin Show, among others. Wilson's warm and ebullient personality was infectious. Richard Pryor told Wilson, "You're the only performer that I've ever seen who goes on stage and the audience hopes that you like them." A routine titled Columbus from the 1967 album Cowboys and Colored People brought Wilson to Hollywood industry attention. In this bit, Wilson retells the story of Christopher Columbus from an anachronistic, urbanized viewpoint, in which Columbus convinces the Spanish monarchs to fund his voyage by noting that discovering America means that he can also discover Ray Charles. In 1970, Wilson won a Grammy Award for his comedy album, The Devil Made Me Buy This Dress. He was also a regular cast member on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. DePatie Frelling Enterprises featured Wilson in two animated TV specials, Claro Wilson and The Miracle of PS-14, and Claro Wilson's Great Escape. In 1970, Wilson's variety series, The Flip Wilson Show, debuted on NBC. He performed in comedy sketches and played host to many African-American entertainers, including the Supremes, the Jackson 5, the Temptations, Gladys Knight and the Pips, comedian Redd Foxx, and basketball player Bill Russell. He greeted all his guests with the Flip Wilson handshake, 4 hand slaps, 2 elbow bumps, finishing with 2 hip bumps. Wilson's characters included Reverend Leroy, the materialistic pastor of the Church of What's Happening Now, and his most popular character, Geraldine Jones, who frequently referred to her unseen boyfriend, Killer, and whose lines, "The devil made me do it," as well as "what you see is what you get," became national catchphrases. The Flip Wilson Show aired through 1974, generating high ratings and popularity among viewers and winning strong critical acclaim, with 11 Emmy Award nominations during its run, winning 2. Wilson also won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Television Series. Wilson acted in TV and theatrical movies, including Uptown Saturday Night and The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. In 1976, he appeared as the Fox in a television musical adaptation of Pinocchio, starring Sandy Duncan in the title role and Danny Kaye as Geppetto, with songs by Laugh-In composer Billy Barnes. During March-July 1984, Wilson hosted a revival of People Are Funny. In 1985 through 1986, Wilson played the lead role in the CBS sitcom Charlie and Co. Two of his last TV appearances were cameos on the sitcoms Living Single in 1993 and The Drew Carey Show in 1996. In his personal life, he was married twice. In 1957, he married Lavinia Patricia Peaches Wilson. They divorced in 1967. He had 4 children with his common-law wife, Blonell Pittman. After winning custody of his children in 1979, Wilson performed less in order to spend more time with them. In 1979, he married Twanchai Cookie McKenzie, with whom he had 1 child. They divorced in 1984. In March of 1981, Wilson was arrested and charged with possession of a small quantity of cocaine. Sadly, on November 25th, 1998, Wilson died from liver cancer in Malibu, California, aged 64. His cremated remains were interred at Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery.